Hindu nationalism, also known as Hindutva ideology, represents a significant and controversial political movement in contemporary India. At its core, this ideology seeks to intertwine Indian national identity with Hindu cultural and religious values, advocating for a vision of India as a Hindu-centric state, known as the Hindu-Rashtra, or Hindu nation. This vision is increasingly promoted by the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, a prominent right-wing political party, and supported by a network of organizations collectively known as the Sangh Parivar. Hindutva, which translates to Hindu-ness, is not merely a religious doctrine, but a political ideology with roots that trace back over a century. Early proponents drew inspiration from European ethno-nationalist movements of the early 20th century, including those in Italy and Germany.
इस देश को हिंदू-राष्ट्र बनाने के लिए बनाए रखने के लिए आगे बढ़ाने के लिए लड़ेंगे मरेंगे जरूरत पड़ी तो मारेंगे।
Since its inception, Hindutva has maintained a consistent objective: to establish a society where Hindu identity is paramount, often at the expense of the rights and recognition of other religious and ethnic groups. The ideology is underpinned by a belief in Hindu supremacy, which translates into a vision for India where the cultural and political landscape is dominated by Hindu values. This perspective is often propagated through a range of institutions and cultural organizations, with the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, RSS, playing a central role. The RSS, along with its international affiliate, the Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh, HSS, is actively engaged in promoting Hindutva ideals both within India and among the Indian diaspora globally.
Earlier this year, my research on Hindu nationalism led me to focus on a group that promotes Hindu supremacist ideas in the United States, the Hindu American Foundation. In May, as my research was ongoing, that group sued me.
A crucial aspect of Hindutva is its relationship with India's diverse demographic fabric. India, constitutionally secular and home to a multitude of religious and ethnic communities, presents a complex backdrop for Hindutva's aspirations. The ideology frequently focuses on regions with significant Hindu-Muslim tensions. In these areas, conflicts over land, religion, and identity are exacerbated by the narrative of Hindutva, which often portrays local Muslim populations as threats or obstacles to the ideal of a Hindu nation. Hindutva's approach to religious and social diversity is marked by an exclusionary stance. The ideology frequently targets Muslims and Christians and has been associated with a notable increase in anti-Muslim violence, particularly since the BJP's rise to national power in 2014. This violence is complemented by attempts to undermine the status and rights of various minority groups, including lower castes, Dalits, Adivasis, and women. The ideological framework of Hindutva also challenges the notion of pluralism, promoting instead a narrow and homogenized vision of Hindu identity. This is exemplified by initiatives such as Ghar Wapsi, which aims to convert non-Hindus to Hinduism, and efforts to limit the scope of acceptable Hindu practices and identities. Critics argue that this ideological drive not only marginalizes non-Hindus, but also imposes restrictive norms on Hindu communities themselves.